Good evening to you, the Cyclists of Wales. I'm Adam Holt, and I'm very excited to welcome you to the first episode of the Welsh Cycling News Network. This is a show that brings together all disciplines across all areas of Wales under one roof, bringing you race report highlights, stories from you, the Cyclists of Wales, club visits, and much, much more. In this first ever episode, you can expect some exciting updates with our action plan. We also have a great story from the Young Ambassadors Racemaker course. We are very excited to bring you all the action from the Urdd Urban Games, where we had some amazing Welsh BMX riders ripping it up in Cardiff city centre on an incredible purpose-built skate park. All that and more in the Welsh Cycling News Network. This is the Welsh Cycling News Network. We're back here in Mars Tracks in Rhyl in North Wales at this multi-discipline cycling facility. We are here today on the mountain bike skills area. We are here with the Young Ambassadors who are doing their Racemaker course.
So here today we've got one of our development days. We're working on sort of race organising, looking at courses, how to plan a course. We've looked at the natural features and now they're just having a go of it. For me, the Young Ambassador programme is to develop young people, for them to realise that there's a lot more to cycling.
Also interesting because riders like a bit of downhill and a bit of uphill, so variation, I guess.
I just thought it would be a bit of fun and a bit of education on coaching. I've learnt a lot.
There's your hoodie. Okay.
We did promise last week in our preview that we would be sharing the race report from the mountain bike enduro event in Llandegla from last weekend, but unfortunately I did wake up really ill that morning. I was unable to attend that event. I absolutely gutted. I was really looking forward to covering the Welsh Enduro Series, as I do believe it would have been the first time Welsh Cycling had covered an enduro event. So we will be back at some point in the future with some epic enduro coverage. And talking of the future, I'm sure by now most people know that we have a new CEO. Well, it's been 7 months now and already Caroline Spanter has made some big changes, but maybe the most important change was listening to you, the Cyclists of Wales, during her roadshow with Chairman Chris Landon, where they travelled around Wales meeting with whoever wanted to share their opinions on Welsh cycling. Well, after a successful turnout, Caroline and the rest of our team here at Welsh Cycling are putting plans into place to make sure that we're taking your opinions and ideas on board into the future. Here's what Caroline had to say about it.
Today sees the release of our Roadshow 2023 action plan. Over the last couple of months, as you know, Chris Landon and I have been out on the road, meeting to our members, listening to what people are thinking is good about Welsh cycling and some areas that actually people want us to improve on. So we've done South East Wales Newport last week, we were in Mars Tracks last night, here tonight, and then Llandrindod next week in an online session as well. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on those road shows, for those who fed in via emails and for those who have had some great conversations with out and about at a number of events over the last few weeks. There's been some obvious themes and some areas that we know we can work on, we can get better, and hopefully by being visible and transparent with the action plan, you can see that we've really listened to what's important to you as our members.
What are you doing about women in cycling? Because not even the elite women's national championships in Wales.
The idea is if we carry on with that approach, that it will circulate from one region to another. And if we can get to the point where there's enough riders in Wales who want to make a viable race, we'd love to run it here and do it a proper job of it.
So the obvious challenge is we've got to get more girls into the sport.
Yeah.
We've got to. Looking forward to working on those over the coming months and years. Some will be longer than others. Some actions hopefully we can make with some immediate changes that you'll see over the coming weeks. The next update we'll be able to give you will be at the AGM on Sunday the 17th of September, and it won't be long before you get the official papers and the invite to the AGM. That will be another opportunity for you to feed into us, to meet the Welsh Cycling team. We're hoping to build a really good event around the AGM day, and I'd encourage all of you to join us where you can, whether that's online or face-to-face at the National Velodrome. Any ideas, any solutions, my door is always open, and I'm really excited now and looking forward to the coming months and years to make a lot of things happen and make sure the sport of cycling goes strength to strength.
We look forward to working with you all into an exciting future. But for now, have you ever dreamt of being a world record holder? Well, James Coxon has, and with one record already under his belt, is now attempting yet another world record on Newport Velodrome on 8th of July. That's tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the Geraint Thomas National Velodrome in Newport if you want to head over and give James your support. We caught up with James at his last training session before his world record attempt to see how his nerves are holding up.
We're looking to set the World Ultra Cycling Association 100km record in 2 weeks' time here in Newport at the Geraint Thomas National Velodrome. We've been preparing for it since I set the world hour record this time last year, and we just thought, what can we do to move on from there? Yeah, it was the option of doing this 100km record. So we looked at that, and I just about persuaded myself I could spend 2 hours going around in circles. We decided we'd have a go at that. So yeah, the training's been going well. In a previous life, I used to do triathlon, so I got into cycling, training for triathlon basically. Then unfortunately I was diagnosed with a muscle wasting condition that affects my left arm and my left shoulder, which meant I can't use my left arm very effectively. So cycling on two wheels became very difficult, trying to balance on two wheels. So then I moved on to riding a recumbent trike. Yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic because there's no pressure on my arm. It's really good fun. It feels like a go-kart in many ways. And being a competitive type of fella, I decided I'd try and do something with whatever talent I've got. The training kind of started properly probably around in October, and we just started lightly just building up, doing some work in the gym to try and kind of strengthen and help stop injuries. Then it's been building up, and since January we really kind of started putting the hours in. So at the moment I'm probably doing about 20 hours a week. It's actually mostly in my shed, on a turbo train in my shed. So it's not unusual for me to spend 5 hours cycling in my shed, watching the spiders crawling up the wall. So we've got 2 weeks to go, so we're all in now. There's nothing to be gained in terms of fitness. So we're just trying to keep whatever we've got going. In about a week's and a half time, we'll start to ease it down then, and hopefully we'll get some good form coming into the record attempt. Immediately after this, I've actually got the World Championships in August, flying out to Austria to do those. I've got a really good rival in the trike world, a guy from the Netherlands who's absolutely fantastic. So if I can get anywhere near him, I'll be really, really pleased. After that, take some time off, do some of the jobs that I've been putting off for a long time, and yeah, see what comes basically, see what comes.
Just before we get into the extreme action at the Urban Games this year, we wanted to share some of your photos. A few weeks ago we asked you, the cyclists of Wales, to share your latest photos of you on your bike that are on your phone. The last photo on your phone of your bike without cheating. For National Bike Week, and we were absolutely chuffed to get such a great response with 17 of you sharing your photos with us. So we just wanted to share these great photos with you here. What a great selection of photos. It was really nice to see where people have been riding over these last few sunny weeks. It was a bit hot for me to get out, a bit too ginger. As a particular mention, it was great to see Steve Williams's commuting bike on there. Steve was the Welsh Vets Crit Champ last year, and his comment stating that it's not all about the Lycra fits our current mood brilliantly. And if you feel the same, why not get involved with our latest Fan Zone challenge with Transport for Wales to pledge to active travel. Upload your photos or videos and be in with a chance of winning a family set of Welsh Lima helmets. What's to lose? You can never have enough helmets. So from your daily commute to a massive purpose-built skate park in Roldale Plaza in Cardiff Bay, we're heading now to the Urdd Urban Games 2023. The The Urdd Urban Games 2023 was the second edition of the event that took over the Roald Dahl Plaza in Cardiff, turning it into an extreme sports spectacle for families of all kinds to enjoy. The weekend hosted competitions in skateboarding, scooters, basketball and of course BMX freestyle. We had lots of Welsh riders compete and win prizes throughout the age categories, and was especially awesome for the young riders to be judged by Welsh Team GB rider James Jones on the judging panel. As well as being able to watch these incredible athletes compete, the weekend also hosted some great setups for participation. Fusion Extreme held a flatland BMX section where you could learn basic flatland skills, and there was also a great skate park setup with free bikes, scooters and boards for people to try. Alongside all of this was a climbing wall, parkour and graffiti, creating an exciting urban sports landscape and family atmosphere. You enjoyed the Urban Games?
Yeah.
What did you do today?
Bike riding.
We're excited to return next year for this incredible event for Wales. Book it in your calendar right now. This is not an event you want to miss. And with that, we come to the end of the first ever episode of the Welsh Cycling News Network here on WCTV. I really hope you've enjoyed this format and continue to tune in to future episodes. This show will be content driven, but do plan to release at least one episode a month. If you have any stories you feel should be shared here in the Welsh Cycling News Network, please email me directly at adam.holt@welshcycling.co.uk. That would be in the description as well if you'd like to let me know of any great stories going on around cycling in Wales. Alternatively, if you have any footage or videos that you would like to see in any future News Network content or race reports, we have set up a new fan zone called the Welsh Cycling News Network UGC Challenge, where you can upload your content to be included in future episodes. It's obviously incredibly difficult sometimes to be able to cover all disciplines around the length and breadth of Wales as one person, and I can only be at one race at a time. So if you are at an event, a club session, a race, whatever, please send your content in so that we can consider it for future shows. We look forward to seeing what you share with us and what you think should be included within your news network. So share your ideas. In the next episode, we will get an update from the Cardiff BMX track in Rumney, and we'll also continue our story with James Coxon to find out if he does take yet another world record. Come on, James, and show we're all behind you. Until then, I've been Adam Holt, and this was the Welsh Cycling News Network.